Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. After racking my brain for so long trying to learn how to do this Tunisian stitch, I am now bringing it to you. I just completed this cowl or infinity scarf, whatever you would like to call it. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learned something new. Using my Tunisian hook, and if you take a look at this crochet hook, it is very, very long. This is called the Tunisian crochet hook. And I found this at Hobby Lobby, I believe. But you can pretty much find them anywhere. I think I saw them recently at Walmart. So this is just an example. I threw away the yarn that I will be using, but this is just an example. So if you take a look at the yarn, any yarn that you use, it'll have this right here on the side. And if you take a look right here, of course this is huge yarn, but it says you need a 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter hook or a 25 millimeter, and usually we go in the US we go by millimeters. So you just look up the hook size right here, and that's the standard size that you will start by creating a slip knot. So you are just going to twist so that it looks like a ribbon like this, and then twist once again. So it should look like this. I'm going to get my Tunisian hook. And I'm going to place it into the slip knot. Just like that. I am then going to pull through, so I'm going to get my hook and I'm going to do what's called yarn over. I'm going to yarn over, and then my hook is going to bring this through the loop. I have just created my very first stitch right there. I'm just going to fold it in like this. I'm going to do again what's called yarn over. I'm going to go in just like this and pull through that loop. I've just created another stitch. Going to go in, yarn over, pull through. Then as you see, when I pull through, the hook will go in and pull through just like that. So this is called creating a chain. We're going to create a chain of, I'm going to create a chain of 19. This all pretty much depends on you and how wide you want the scarf. If you see that you're right at the width that you want to be, then leave it alone. And then create whatever you're wanting to do. But always count your stitches as you're moving along. So I'm going to go ahead and do 19. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19. So as you can see, it looks just like that. This is how wide that scarf is going to be. Okay, so once you have your chain like this, so I'm gonna put my chain up just like that so you can see. Once you have your chain, you're going to turn this around this way. So this is facing, take a look at that, it's facing this way, and then you are going to turn it this way. So you're going to move it against you instead of towards you. You're moving against you. I'm going to skip my very first. So if you take a look, this right here would be my first because I'm inside here. So this would be my first. I'm going to skip this one and I'm going to move to my second. So I'm going to stick my hook into the second, just like that. Once I stick my hook into the second, I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and that should give me 2 loops just like that. Take a look. So my next link is going to be this one right here. So I'm going to stick my hook into the next link, just like that. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through 1, so I should have 3. I'm going to move into my next link. If you take a look, it's this one right here, very easy to spot. I'm going to stick my hook into that. I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to leave it right there. My next one, if you take a look, it's going to be this one right here, so I'm going to stick my hook in through there. I'm going to yarn over, and I have this right here. So you're just going to continue doing that. You will continue going into each one just like that, and you should have a row. So this will just kind of move and glide along. Okay, I moved so you can see a little bit more. So once you have all of your stitches on here, you'll have them all lined up like this. And this is the most tedious job. This is pretty much the worst part of it right here. Once you have this going, it's easy peasy from there. Okay, so now we are going to do what's called the return pass. So I have my working string or my yarn right here, and I am going to go through this very last stitch right here. I went through this very last stitch, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through just 1 time, so just once. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2 times. So I'm going to pull through 2 of the stitches. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2 times. Always make sure that you're keeping your stitches not too tight, because they'll be hard for you to get into that hook. So if you take a look at the hook, when I'm pulling through, I'm kind of pulling it down so that it goes in through the 2 stitches. And I keep going, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. As you can see, when you're making that return pass, you're getting rid of those loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, 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 and it's starting to look like this. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I love to do this stitch because it moves so quickly. Traditional crochet, you have to go through 1 stitch and you have to count, and then you have to count again. And this is just a no-brainer. You know that you're just pulling through 2. The first time you pull through 1 and then you pull through 2. That's it. Just have to remember return pass 1 and return pass 2. So it leaves you right now with 2 loops. Perfect. You pulled those 2 out, and then you just have that 1 in your hook. Okay, now this is called a forward pass because we're coming back. And if you take a look at what you're working with, you have vertical bars. So there's a vertical bar right here, right by your crochet hook. You have a vertical bar, vertical bar, vertical bar, and then you just have a bunch of vertical bars going down. Take a look. So we will be working with these vertical bars now. I am going to skip the first vertical bar, which is this one right here, and I'm going to move on to my next vertical bar. So I'm going to move into my vertical bar, yarn over, and keep it right on there. Move into my next vertical bar, yarn over, and keep it on the hook. My next vertical bar, yarn over, keep it on the hook. Okay, so I've gone to the end of every single vertical bar, and now I'm right smack at the end. You take a look. I'm gonna pull my work down just so that you can see what's going on. Now, at the very, very end, I have one vertical bar left right here. I'm going to move that vertical bar towards me, and then you can see that there's a V shape right here. See that V shape? I will be working inside of that V shape. So I'm gonna go in through both of that V shape, both of those, and I will pull that through. So now I'm going to pull through one. Remember, when you get to the end, it's always pull through one, and then everything else is pull through two. Same as the last return pass, pull through two, pull through two, pull through two, and you're pulling through two until you get right back where you started. So I've pulled through two, and it just gets easier and easier to find your vertical stitch. So now we've just created another vertical stitch, and they're all up here. So ignore the ones down here because we're only working with the ones up here. And if you remember from the last time, it's so repetitious, we're skipping this one right here. We're skipping the first one, and we're moving on to the second. So we're gonna go into the second, yarn over, keep it on the hook, yarn over, keep it on the hook, yarn over, keep it on the hook. Okay, so things start to get a little bit more clear once you've started your Tunisian stitch. Don't get frustrated. It's gonna curl under like this. It's just the way it is, because in traditional crochet we're moving back and forth, and this one we're not. So I am at my last bar right in through here, and then if I turn it over, you're gonna see right where I need to stitch. So you just look for that. You look for that V. So if you take a look right here, that's that right there, right in through there. And then you're going to go in through both of those stitches, yarn over, and once again you pull through just one. Once you've pulled through the one, then you will go two. Very important that you only pull through one on this one and two on all the rest, because our edges will not be straight if you don't yarn over that one. And pull through. And that's it. You just keep going. As I mentioned, very repetitious, so you just keep going back and forth, back and forth. It starts to look like this, and then you can start to see the connecting bars, so you can start to see your long vertical bars start to connect with each other. So it's so pretty once it starts to reveal itself. And the back is also really pretty. It's kind of bumpy right here. So that stitch looks so pretty. Okay, so now I am done with the scarf. I'm gonna close it off. I'm gonna go back in my return pass, but I'm gonna close off the return pass. So I'm going to go into this vertical bar, And I am going to pull through both loops. I'm going to go back into my vertical bar and pull through on both. Go in through my vertical bar and pull through 2. My vertical bar and pull through on 2. Vertical bar and pull through and 2. Sorry guys, I'm watching the view and I kind of turned it down for a little bit, but so interesting. Into the vertical bar and pull through on 2. Vertical bar, pull through on 2. I don't like watching the news, so this is where I catch up on all my stuff. So as you can see here, it's starting to close off. So it's giving a nice clean edge, which looks like our beginning part. And we're just gonna keep going. Vertical bar, close off on 2. Going through the vertical bar, close off on 2. Okay, so I have folded this in half, and it's really entirely up to you what side you want to use. I find both of the sides so pretty, but I'm actually going to use this side because I was kind of testing it on myself, and I like this side. So I'm going to put the 2 sides that I do not want to face each other, which are these right here. And you can also, I've just brought this and put it and just placed it in half like this. You can twist it and it gives more of like a curve on the neckline. So you can do that also, it's an option. I'm getting my ends, and since this is the Tunisian Stitch, it curls under naturally because of the way that we crocheted it. So I'm gonna get the ends, and I'm going to, as much as I possibly can, bring the ends in together like this. And as you can see, when you are putting the ends together, they'll line up, or they'll match up. You can see that the stitches match up together. So I'm going to just get my first right in through here, and you can see there's this stitch and there's this stitch. So I'm going to be using these 2 first. You could use your Tunisian hook, or you can just use a regular crochet hook if you choose to. I'm going to stick the hook through both of these stitches right here. So I've stuck it through both of these stitches. You see these stitches, that's what we're going to be using. And I've already created my slip knot on the stitch, so I'm just going to pull this forward. I'm going to move this, leave the tail behind, and I'm going to pull through both of the stitches. So I've pulled through both of the stitches, and then I'm going to pull through the other 2. So I only have 1 loop. Now I'm going to go into the next stitch. So as you can see, the next stitch would be right there. Alrighty, so same here. I have my loop. This is my very, very last loop. And this was, so now it's sewn together. It's stitched together, so it looks just like that. And yes, it's different colors. My yarn is different colors, so it just kind of gives, that really nice ombre look. So I'm gonna pull this out, take my take my Tunisian hook out. Going to cut this. And again, I'm just going to loop this through and lock it so that it's nice and secure. And then I just want to find 2 holes that I can kind of stick this in just to secure it a little bit more. Once again, you can use fabric glue. You can you could do numerous things to try to secure it, but I have found that this has been pretty effective, and I don't really need fabric glue. If you're super paranoid about it, go ahead and use it, but I even have fabric glue and I don't use it. And I'm just gonna cut this off just like that. What I like to do to go back is take off all of these ends, and I use my seam ripper and I just go as close as I can to the knot that I've created, so I don't have so it doesn't look like I have these little ends hanging out. Just take them all out so that you don't see them. And I just go to every single one that I see that's sticking out, and I just seam rip it as close as I possibly can. I also like to go in and reinforce the knot. And I mean, it's tedious work, but it really does help to secure it. Okay, just an embellishment. Again, this is optional. You don't have to go out and buy all these fancy unnecessary things. This was $4.99. Actually, I got it for $2 at Hobby Lobby. It's they're really inexpensive when they have the 50% off. I'll usually kind of splurge a little bit, but it's a little turtle. And I fell in love with it because my grandma used to collect turtles. She's now passed, and she had a turtle collection. So I have made this in memory of her. And I'm just going to secure it right here. And you can use just about any charm that you want. I made one for my mom, and I put a cross on there because she likes crosses. And there you go. So super cute. Here is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.